Hello, this is Mr. Molo for lesson 1-1, solving simple equations. And this time when the book uses the word simple, it really just means one-step equation. So we should just be doing one function here when we're solving the equation. So you should have your note packet in front of you because I gave you those in class. And we're going to skip to the second page of that note packet. We're going to look at these problems here. So if I look at here, I need to solve for x right here. So I have a four-sided shape. Four-sided shape means it equals 360 degrees. So I know at the end, when I add these numbers all together, they're going to get 360. And I have some numbers in here. I got 85. I have 80. I have 100. And when I don't know, I have x. So I'm going to add up all these together. So 85 plus 80 is 165, plus 100 is 265, plus x equals 360. Okay, and algebra is all about doing the opposites. Okay, so my goal is to get the x by itself. So when I do that, I like to draw a line down my equal sign. So everything on this left side that has the x by it needs to go away. This problem, since it's a one-step problem, means I just need to get rid of that 265. And since it's a positive 265, it's being added to x. I need to do the opposite of that. So I need to subtract 265. And this is why I draw the line, because that helps me remember I need to do the same to both sides. So I'm doing the same to the left side of the equal sign, the right side of the equal sign, left side of the line, right side of the line. So that's why I draw the line. It helps you remember that I need to do the same to both sides. So if I subtract 265 from this side, 265 minus 265 is just 0. So I'm left with my x, which is what I want, just the x by itself. And then 360 minus 265 is 95. And then the wonderful thing about algebra is you can always go back and plug it in to see if you're right. So does 85 plus 80 plus 100 plus, now I think it's 95, does that equal 360? And it does, so then we know we did it right. If we got something like 350, then we know we did it wrong. Okay, let's look at this next one. So same thing, I have a 72, a 78, a 60, and an x, and that equals 360 degrees. Okay, if I add these up, 72 and 78 is 150, plus 60 is 210, plus x still equals 360. All right, and same thing. I'll draw my line down the equal sign here. Switch colors. There we go. Okay, and now the 210 is being added to the x. So remember, algebra is about the opposites. So I'm going to subtract 210, and we're going to be fair. We're going to subtract 210 from each side. So 210 minus 210 is 0, so I don't need to write x plus 0 or anything. So on that side, I just have x, and then 360 minus 210 is 150 degrees. So then again, I can go back and plug it in. 72 plus 78 plus 60 plus 150, that does give me 360 degrees. All right, and those are probably actually the harder problems that you're going to have on your homework for today. Most of your problems are going to look like this, where they're just going to lay everything out for you. Okay, so let's look at a couple examples of each. So here I have w plus 4 equals 16. So same thing, I'm going to draw my line down the equal sign. So remember, I need to do the same to both sides. I have a plus 4. Well, the opposite of adding 4 is subtracting 4. 4 minus 4 on the left side gives us 0, so the w ends up being by itself. And 16 minus 4 gives us 12, so w equals 12. And then again, if we go and plug that in, 12 plus 4 equals 16. So then we know we did that part right. Okay, if we look at number 2 here. So I have x plus 7 equals negative 12. It's a plus 7. So I'm going to end up subtracting 7 from both sides. 7 minus 7 is 0, so those go away. Negative 12 minus 7 is a negative 19. Negative 19 plus 7 does equal a negative 12. Okay, 3 is a little trickier. Some of us might make a mistake at first, but then hopefully we go back and double check it and we see that we made a mistake. So I have negative 15 plus w equals 6. So since it's a negative 15 plus W. Some of you might say we need to subtract 15, but that's not right. If I subtract 15 from both sides, negative 15 minus 15, that just gives me negative 30. That doesn't get rid of it. So I'm going to look at the sign in front of the number, and since it's a negative 15 or minus 15, I'm going to do the opposite of that, and I'm going to add 15 to both sides. And that makes the math make sense at the end when I get our answer. Negative 15 plus 15 is 0, so that goes away. So I am just left with a W on that side. 6 plus 15 is 21. Okay, so I have negative 15 plus 21, that does equal positive 6. If you would have done it the other way and subtracted 15, then you wouldn't have got rid of the 15, and then you would have got an answer like negative 9. And that doesn't make sense because negative 15 plus negative 9 does not equal positive 6. Okay, so we're looking at the sign in front of the number to tell us what we should do. All right, looks like 4 and 5 are some subtracting problems. So I have z minus 5 equals 8. So opposite of a subtracting 5 of minusing 5 is adding 5 from both sides. So negative 5 plus 5 gives us 0. So z is by itself. And 8 plus 5 gives us 13. Here we have y minus 9. So the opposite of a minus 9 is a plus 9. So negative 9 plus 9 is 0. Y is by itself. Negative 2 plus 9 is 7. And that makes sense. 7 minus 9 does equal negative 2. Also, another weird thing about number 5, the y is on the right side now. Doesn't matter. So all these other ones, the variable was on the left side. Here it's on the right side. Doesn't change my answer at all. All right, number 6 and 7 look like they're multiplying problems. So 1 through 5 are adding or subtracting. If it said adding, we subtracted. It said subtracting, we added. Except number 6 is a multiplying one, and the opposite of multiplication is division. So now I need to divide to get rid of it. So 7 times q. So I'm going to end up dividing both sides by 7. 7 divided by 7 is just 1. So you could write 1q, but let's just write a q. And then 35 divided by 7 is 5. And that makes sense if you go back and plug it in. 7 times 5 is 35. Same thing here. 4 times b. So I'm going to end up dividing both sides by 4. Opposite of times is divide. So I have a negative 52 divided by a positive 4. And that gives us a negative 13. And then the last two here are division. So the opposite of division is to multiply. So q divided by 11. So I'm going to times both sides by 11. Those are going to end up canceling out. So I'm just left with q on the right side, which is what I want. And then 11 times 3 is 33. Then we go back and plug it in. 33 divided by 11 is 3. So then I know we did it right. All right, here I have n divided by negative 2. So I'm going to times by negative 2. That's going to cancel out, so I'm just left with n. Negative 15 times a negative 2 ends up being a positive 30. All right, and we got a word problem here. So coupon subtracts $17.95 from the price you pay for P headphones. You pay $71.80 for the headphones after using the coupon. Write and solve an equation to find the original price of the headphones. So you know that you paid, or your coupon was $17.95, and you paid $71.80 for the headphones. So how much were the headphones before you did it? So we can just add them up because that got taken out. The coupon subtracts from there. So we can add those up. So $17.95 plus $71.80 ends up giving us $89.75. Or if you want to think of it the other way, it was $89.75. You had a coupon for $17.95, which means you paid $71.80. Either way of thinking about it is fine. Doesn't matter how you think about it, as long as we get to the same answer of that $89.75. So now you have an assignment on big ideas. So you should go there, and it's the 1-1 assignment that's there for you. And let me know if you have any questions.